The views expressed are solely those of the speaker and not necessarily those of Paltalk.com, AVM software, or its advertisers.
News Talk is online. News Talk Online is a production of Paltalk on YouTube and on my blog, GaryBaumgarten.com. You are encouraged, welcome, invited to comment on that blog, whether you agree with me or not. And thanks to our good friends at CRN Digital Talk Radio, we are syndicated across the United States into 12 million additional households. I am your host, Gary Baumgarten. Today we're going to talk about tomorrow's Democratic primaries in Indiana and North Carolina to see whether we think that there's going to be an end to this fight between Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. I frankly thought that Hillary was down for the count, but she has come back and they're in a virtual dead heat. Also want your views. You are the guests today. So I want your views not only on the race between Obama and Clinton, but what you think about the eventual race between the Democratic nominee, whoever he or she will turn out to be, and of course John McCain, who is the presumptive Republican nominee for President of the United States. But before we get into that, I just want to draw your attention to the humanitarian crisis that has occurred in Burma, where unfortunately a military junta is in power. They changed the name of the country, but I still refer to it as Burma, which is the legal name of that small, impoverished nation, hit by a cyclone. They now say 10,000 or more dead. On a per capita basis, this is probably as great or greater than the tsunami that hit a couple years ago. And it's just a horrific situation there. And the government is trying to determine what, if any, aid will be allowed to come into the nation, because, of course, they're very closed there. They don't want the outside eyes to be in there to see the human rights violations that are going on in Burma. I have been writing about it extensively at my blog, GaryBaumgarten.com. You can see videos of the latest in Burma. One of the reports said the 10,000 dead may be in the area of one township alone. That would be 36 square miles. Can you imagine? 10,000 people dead in 36 square miles. So this is a disaster of biblical proportions. As soon as we know what relief agencies are getting the green light to go in there, we will post that information to the blog, GaryBaumgarten.com, with information on how you can contribute to those relief efforts. So please keep an eye on that. We'll also post the information as soon as we know it right here. The fight for the presidency of the United States of America, and what many Democrats view as a very divisive. Many of us who are nonpartisans feel a very vital and engaging debate and fight between Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. Not too many months ago, even weeks ago, members of the Democratic National Party were imploring Hillary Clinton, for the good of the party, to drop the fight, withdraw from the race, just let Barack Obama take it, because there's no way you, Hillary Clinton, are going to get enough delegates to become the nominee. But Hillary Clinton has fooled them once again. And now the two are in a virtual dead heat for nominees and for support for President of the United States on the Democratic ticket. So it could go to a delegate fight at the Denver convention. I'm hoping actually that it does. We're going to be there to cover it. Alan Jacey, our political correspondent. Alan, how do you size up the fight, the debate, and the primary tomorrow in Indiana and North Carolina?
Yeah, hi, Gary. It's a tough one. It's really very close to call. Certainly in Indiana, where I believe we have 84 delegates up for grabs tomorrow. Right now, it's virtually a statistical dead heat. In North Carolina tomorrow, 134 delegates are up for grabs, and Obama is leading by about 6 or 7 points there, depending on which poll you look at. But right now, it's going to be a lot of nail biting for both campaigns.
I think Hillary Clinton has more to lose or to win when it comes to tomorrow's primaries. If she loses in both Indiana and North Carolina, according to the figures I've been looking at, Obama will be very close to the number of delegates that he needs from the earned pledge delegates alone, and that's not counting the superdelegates that would at that point swing to him between now and the convention in June.
Well, the interesting thing is that we're seeing in the last few days is a lot of activity among the superdelegates. There seems to be a lot more coming out of the woodwork to commit. Not a lot more, but there still seems to be a trickle more. One day we're Hillary's getting 2 or 3, Obama's getting 1 or 2, and then another day he gets 2 or 3. We've seen some defections from the Clinton campaign to Obama. I mean, I believe last week there was a former campaign, high-up campaign person in the Clinton 92 and 96 campaigns that went for Obama. So, I think after tomorrow, I think you're going to see a lot more declaration of the superdelegates. Because at this point, again, including tomorrow, there's only 445 conventional delegates left between now and the final primaries, which are on June 3rd, which are Montana and South Dakota. I mean, tomorrow is the big prize. Again, there's over 200 delegates and again, we're proportional. These are still proportional. So, unless somebody does 75-25, which is unlikely that it's going to happen, they're still going to both end up with a virtual 50